All right, today was day 2 of chemo. It started off a little bumpy. I got in, so we had a different office than the infusion room yesterday, which was, I think it was like right next door to it even. But it's first off a hot day, which you know how I handle heat. So I went into the office and it was pretty muggy and I was kind of noticing it right away. Actually, my mom noticed it right away and said something, and I was like, I'm doing fine. And then all of a sudden I should have known, she was right by the window. So I should have known that it was gonna hit me. And it started to have a pretty negative reaction to heat like I do. And so the nurses were very accommodating. They tried to aim the AC right at me. It was one of those stand units and they aimed it right at me. But it was so hot that I was not feeling much from that. And then they went and got a giant fan, very powerful, very powerful. And then they aimed that at me, and that still didn't do it. And then the doctor had a bright idea of opening up the door and letting some more air in. But what really happened was they opened the door and it let all the mugginess in the room out of it. And then I would say within about, I don't want to exaggerate it, maybe at least a half hour or something like that, kind of started returning to being able to be myself. But they hooked up the IV bags and started the infusion of the second round of chemo. I would say I handled it pretty much the same as I handled it yesterday. I didn't notice any real difference. Same things, fatigue and a little lightheaded when I stood up, but not too bad with the lightheadedness. More the fatigue was probably the strongest feeling I had. But then at the end, I started to notice where the needle was going in for the infusion was getting really swelly. So it was kind of an injection site reaction. It wasn't spreading or anything, but the thing is right where the adhesive for those, I don't know what they're called, but they're little square patches that they put over the injection site, clear tape, really hard to peel off. And that was the only area that was showing that I was having a reaction, was where that tape was touching. So they believe that it was a adhesive reaction. However, there was a sidebar with all these Mexican nurses and calling people in, and and they're all checking out what's going on and discussing, and a lot of Spanish that I missed a lot of what was said, but that would have been nice to know. But they settled on I should get a cortisol injection into the same port just for safety, and then but they did believe probably a reaction to the adhesive. And after the injection of the cortisol, the swelling went down almost immediately. I mean, you could see it shrinking as the ladies are still giving me the shot. So it was going down. It's almost gone now, but other than that, I would say those were the events of the day. I handled the steroids like a champ, and nothing, no adverse reactions other than the injection reaction. Everything was good. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.